Well, hello lovely people, welcome to today's pick a card reading. We will be doing a message on good news that's coming your way. As you can see, there are 3 piles to choose from, so either pick the animal you feel the most drawn to or one of the significator cards that you happen to like the most, and let's see what this good news is that is coming your way. Hello, pile 1. If you chose the whale card or the Mr. Lion toy, then this is your reading. So let's draw a couple of cards for you from the tarot and from the tea leaf oracle. And let's see what this good news is that's coming your way. So, what good news is coming towards our pile 1? Let's say 5 cards from the tarot, and then some tea leaves. Okay, from the one side, then a couple of more from the other. Okay, pile 1, let's get into your cards. So, the general vibe of what your cards are giving me as to the positive news that's coming your way is that this has something to do with you transforming in a positive direction and regaining balance in your life. And this will probably be facilitated somehow through knowledge you acquire. Like sometimes you need to get the ball rolling before you can cognitively understand that something is good for you. Let's say, I don't know, there's just a principle like that in the universe, it's not always about us understanding something and then starting to do it, but first you start doing it and then the understanding comes afterwards. Maybe this will be something that happens for you too, where you are in some situation forced to start following a certain path, let's say, and then from following that certain path, something will happen, like circumstances will happen, or just you get out of nowhere the clarity, the wisdom that you needed to transform in some way. The first card, the significator card that you pulled in your at the beginning, is the whale card. And the whale, as it says, I don't know if it's really if you can see it, but the whale is the wisdom keeper. And it is basically like the whale in this deck keeps records of all of the ancient knowledge and understanding of how things work. So I think that the good news in your life has to do with you somehow becoming that whale, you understanding something that helps you change positively. Looking at the tarot cards, I would say this message of change is, and deeper understanding is supported. The first card, I pulled them in, this chronology. The first card that came up for you is the 5 of Pentacles card. And the 5 of Pentacles, also followed afterwards by the 9 of Pentacles as well, is very much giving that vibe that you were or maybe currently are, and this is gonna refer then to the future, that you have been recovering from some kind of loss. Now, whether this loss is necessarily in the physical world, like job loss, financial loss, loss of a relationship or whatever, or it was maybe just a feeling you had, maybe a feeling of isolation, maybe a feeling of the universe not having your back, or people around you not having your back. Like whatever it was, whether physical or mental, there was this sense of you lacking something. And you being poor in one way or another, like woe is me type of thing. But because the card is in the reversed position, it does show that you have started to get over that mentality. And with the Nine of Pentacles reversed following it, this is also a card that shows some kind of excess on the one hand, and also not being present somehow in your life and enjoying it. Whether this could take the form of, let's say, some kind of workaholic tendencies, it could be something else, it could be also the other extreme, that maybe you had been neglecting taking care of business for instead doing something else that's more enjoyable, like partying or whatever. It's just this message of some kind of excess in one area and lack in the other. And in moving towards the other cards, they show, let's say, the progression of this. Firstly, with the reversed Temperance. The Temperance card is again like the card of balance and harmony in the universe, let's say. And because it came up again reversed for you, it is again reinforcing that message of some kind of imbalance and excess in your life, and also a need for realignment. Then we also have the reversed Death card, which is basically the same, like again the need for personal transformation, and also there's a hint of resistance to this transformation as well, but like that's basically how it goes. Like every time we need to change something, it's not a linear process, so to say. There's always like one step forward, two steps back. So don't take that hesitance or maybe that non-linear progression as something negative. That's just how things go. Like I said at the beginning, you need to start doing things before the understanding comes to you why those things needed to be done, so to say. And with the final tarot card, the Six of Swords, it is again the change card, the personal transformation card, the card of hopping in your boat and sailing far, far away from the old and the familiar shore and sailing towards new horizons and change and something better, something improved. So let's say, just to recap this part with the tarot, and then we're gonna go into the tea leaf oracle cards. I generally regard them as like not second hand, but like of less important messages, let's say, but still there might be something significant there for you. So to recap up till now, definitely I would say that the good news that is coming your way right now has to do exactly with you developing that sort of wisdom and knowledge and seeing things that have happened up till now or things you have done up till now in perspective, and also taking the charge of the area of your life, if it was one specific area or just generally of your life, in the places where there was some kind of struggle and some kind of excess and loss, and and this will happen through personal transformation. Now, regarding the other part of the reading, the tea leaf oracle cards that came up for you are the September cards. So September might be an important month. The torch with spiritual development, enlightenment, awareness, and understanding, which I would say fits perfectly. So maybe you can take the two together. You can take them separately in whatever way you want. Basically, whatever resonates for you. Maybe September will be the month when you will have some kind of huge breakthrough. Oh, okay, I think my lamp died. Okay, whatever, let's continue. It has been broken for a while. Yeah, but maybe September will be this month for you. Or alternatively, maybe September was the month in the past when you felt this torch within you, this light within you dim. And now you are in the process of regaining it once again. Then the second row of cards is the target with a goal-oriented person. Skull with hidden secrets can harm you, and parrot with someone will gossip about all your secrets. So, again, if this energy resonates in any way, let's say heed warning of it. Maybe there was in the past, at the start of this reading, let's say with the energy of the Five of Pentacles, some person in your life that brought you this loss, whether in the relationship itself or in some other area of your life, because they were really set on somehow harming you, like destroying something for you, making your life miserable. If that is the case, maybe the imbalance that the reading is talking about has to do with you either forgiving that person and somehow moving on from the situation, or leaving the relationship behind, or also if the access is, for instance, in the sense of you blaming yourself for something or for not seeing through this person earlier. Like, if it is something in that direction, you will be brought to healing that and coming over it. And the last row of cards that came up for you are the Love card and the Nest, with an emotionally secure, loving family is important to you. So maybe a part of this situation and of this good news will also have to do whether it is specifically with romantic love, with maybe somehow starting a family, which brings a sort of stability and hope for the future within you. Or maybe it will be some support from your, well, not platonic family. I guess this is not exactly a word, but just some kind of support through your family, or maybe improvement of the relationship with them. Like I said, take it in whichever way it resonates for you. But yeah, pile 1, this is what I am seeing as a possibility about the good news coming your way. And like I said, take the messages which resonate for you and just be prepared to do some work. As they say, growing pains. It is what it is. Oop! Hello, pile 2. If you chose the eye card or the dog that's falling right now and struggling, then this is your part of the reading. So let's see what the cards want to tell us about what good news is heading your way. And we will get into the eye card also together with the tarot and everything. So let's see what good news is coming for our pile 2. And let's take it from here. We'll be taking 5 of the tarot and then a couple of tea leaves as well. So, what good news is coming to our pile 2? Let's say these 3 and this month card. Okay. Okay, pile 2. Let's get into your cards. So, where do we start? Let's start with the eye card. So, the significator card you picked at the beginning for you is the eye card with envy and protection. And the messages basically of this card can go either way. So, on one hand, I would say be aware of the fact that there could be people around you that are trying to throw you the evil eye, let's say, not in the meaning of trying to curse you or anything like that, but there just may be some kind of negative person or people around you that are trying to bring you and your energy down in some way. But together with that, also be aware that you are protected by O2. So don't lose your sleep over those people, okay? Now, regarding the tarot cards that you got and the oracle cards, I am inclined to say that this good news that's coming towards you will very likely have something to do with your emotional state, but also with relationships, because you got 4 out of the 5 tarot cards, all being cup cards, and cup energy is like water, feminine energy, and this speaks about the relationships in our life, like any personal interactions we have with people, like any conflicts we have with people or collaborations we have with people. It's just people energy, and it could also represent our creativity. So if it's not necessarily something about a relationship in your life, it could be just your relationship to your personal creativity. So take it in whichever of the 2 ways resonate. But basically, the center of your reading is the Temperance card reversed. Pio 2 got this card as well in their reading, but it was also like a completely different reading. So I wouldn't say there's some kind of parallel unless you feel drawn to watching both. You know, that's your choice. But the Temperance card in the reversed position speaks of you having some kind of imbalance in your life and needing to realign and maybe heal a certain part. And for you, I would say that this is definitely the connection to your creative side, and also potentially if there was some kind of relationship trouble. The good thing is that from what I'm seeing from the other cards, you generally have on the 2 sides of the Temperance, you have 2 positive cards, the 9 of Cups and the Queen of Cups. And the Queen of Cups is a very balanced lady who is in touch with her emotions, with her intuition, and she is guided by her intuition. And the 9 of Cups card is just a joyous card. I don't know what more to say. It is the card of feeling content with what you have and achieving some kind of significant goal or milestone. It's just a wish come true card. Like you can see how this person on the card is like jumping up from joy. It almost looks to me as if she has just jumped out of the treasure chest. So maybe this is you. Maybe you will somehow, or you have already, found some kind of treasure chest. Maybe it is even your creativity. Maybe if you were, for instance, stuck for a little while or something, you got inspiration all of a sudden, and now you are jumping from joy. With also the reversed Ace of Cups, this could potentially be speaking also about in the past you having had some kind of blockage, or like I said, it could be that you are still having it and this will be then resolved in the future. Because like reversed, yes, reversed energy basically means that there is something holding it back. So for instance, if it has something to do with your creativity, you might be suppressing it because you are, for instance, if we look at the Seven of Cups, maybe you are wondering in which direction to take, like you are being pulled in too many ideas, in too many directions, or maybe too many people are up in your ear giving you advice and you just don't know which one to go with. So maybe this is leading to that retrogradation, let's say, of energy, if that's even a word, or of your creativity. But whatever it is, I think the next development that you will face in this thing, in this relationship, or in this creativity project or whatever, will be that you will come to some kind of decision. You will stop being torn between the many options you have, and this will unleash in you that hidden or repressed or retrograded creativity or emotional flow. Also, if you have been feeling emotionally repressed, which will, as a result of that, you will feel more balanced. Like this will bring the balance and the harmony again in your life. The waters will start to flow harmoniously, and this will also bring you over that final step of whatever it is exactly that you're chasing, which will lead to content. Now, if we look at the tea leaf oracle cards on the other side, again, I am just giving you the possibilities of what this could be. But if you see a scenario which I don't mention, definitely take it as well. Now, like we said at the beginning, with so many cups energy, this situation that the good news is surrounding could very well have to do with a relationship. Or it could be both. Maybe you, your creativity and something, let's say, with a creative project and with inspiration is also connected to a relationship in your life. Like, who knows? You know, tortured artists. The more tortured you are, the better your artistry becomes. Like, I don't believe that in the slightest, but you know, some people do. So, if we look at the tea leaf oracle cards, you got the weeping willow with family sorrow, the eagle with triumph over troubles and obstacles, grapes with time to go out and have fun, and then on the lower part, haystack with karma, you will reap what you have sown, July, the broken ring, parting of the ways in either romance or business, and target finally a goal-oriented person. Now, for instance, one way I am seeing this, because we mentioned at the beginning, again, the eye card with envy and potentially having some kind of negative person influence in your life. What I am seeing is that maybe there was some kind of person who was targeted, who had his or her eyes set on causing you some kind of trouble. Now, again, whether this is romance, business, whether it is also somebody from your family, because unfortunately, this is the situation sometimes. You can't choose the people you get born with, and sometimes those people are just assholes, and this is the reality of it. You just have to get over them. So whichever this person was, there might have been a person who tried to hinder you somehow. And this might have been the thing that brought you to this imbalance in your life. Or maybe they were a manipulative person, like I said, who was in your ear and who made this decision making signified by the Seven of Cups extremely difficult for you. Whatever the exact case may be, the cards are again giving the message that this too shall pass and you will triumph over this trouble sooner or later. Definitely a part of this, if it is a relationship issue that is happening in your life, will be that this relationship will have to dissolve somehow. Like you will not be able to continue dragging it with you because it's just gonna continue to sour everything up in your life. Now, maybe the thing that's gonna help you to get into the energy, into this positive energy, will also be if you take some time out and go out, have fun, like let your hair down, enjoy yourself a little bit. Like be like the lady who is jumping out of the treasure chest. Like maybe you have spent a lot of time in a dark room all by yourself trying to make the choice of which cup of the 7 wands to choose, and now it's just time to jump out like the genie from the bottle. Maybe this is what you need to do right now to move forward. And also, I would say with the haystack, this is the way I am interpreting it. Maybe you see it in a different way. But with the karma card of you reap what you have sown. If there was some point, or if you're currently considering somehow that maybe it would be just for you to try and one up this person somehow, or get them back for whatever they might have done to you, definitely this is not the way to go. Like always, try to soar like the eagle. We saying we as if I am not a petty asshole sometimes, but generally this is not the way to go. Like in your case, I absolutely believe that once you let this thing go, or this person go, this situation, the whatever evil eye that's trying to oogle you, karma will take care of them. It is not your place right now to do that. So, like I said, if you had such thoughts, try to get rid of them. Like somebody else, somebody from the higher realm will take care of your business. You just go out and have some fun, drink some wine, eat some grapes, whatever, and let karma handle it. On the other hand, this could just be the message of know that if you have been wronged some way, this the wheel will again spin and things will start to look up for you once again. Like we are not always going to be in the dumps, and we are not always going to be over the moon. And also, if you have been particularly nice and I guess welcoming to the people around you, to the world around you, basically working on gathering some positive karma for yourself, know that this is also not forgotten. The efforts you have put in the past will bear fruit in at some point, even if we don't see them right now or how it's going to happen right now. So, yeah. Pile 2, this is basically what I am seeing as possibilities for you. Like I said, if there is something else of this combination that's coming to your mind that maybe I'm missing, absolutely take that. And yeah, I think this is the good news that's coming towards you again. Balance, feeling balanced in your emotions above all else, creativity probably starting to flow from you like a river, and at the end of the day, just having contentment and satisfaction with where you are at. And like I said, pile 2, if there is anything worrying you, know that you are protected from above, so just do your thing and don't worry about it. Hello, pile 3. If you chose the other dog or the lock unlock card, the key card, then this is the part for you. So let's see what the tarot gives us about the good news that's coming your way. So let's draw 5 cards from the tarot, like in the other groups, and then we'll also take a couple of tea leaves for additional messages like clarification. So, what good news is coming towards pile 3? Let's see. Okay, this will be the tarot for you guys. What good news is coming for pile 3? Let's say, geez. Okay, pile 3. Let's get into your cards. So your cards are interesting because I feel like with the other 2 groups, I had a more immediate idea of what exactly the cards were speaking about. And with you, I feel like we're gonna do it a bit differently, and we're gonna go back and forth between the tarot and the tea leaf oracle cards. So, yeah, let's get into it. So the first card you got, the key card with the lock and unlock message, is actually interesting because it, again, like with pile 2, it can go both ways. And it is speaking about either unlocking something new in your life or locking something old and finally putting it to rest. I would say also that these 2 messages are not exclusionary of one another. It normally happens so that basically when one door closes, another door opens. This is a similar type of vibe. So to start off with this, it does seem that the good news that's coming towards you will have something to do with you finally putting something old to rest. And through doing that and committing to that decision, you finally getting a chance of having something new enter your life. I can't really off the bat tell, depending on the cards, whether this new thing will be career finance oriented or person oriented, because you kind of have a mixture of both in your reading. So I guess take it as it resonates, or it could be very well both, like why not? So what this is giving me from your cards, it seems that this thing that the cards are speaking about you needing to put to rest finally so you can move on to something else has been something that you have been struggling for a while. You got the Eight of Cups in the reversed position over here. And the Eight of Cups speaks about being somehow aimless in which direction to go, and aimless in the sense of that there is something making you want to try one more time before you finally give up on it. So maybe this is the thing that's tugging on your energy and making you doubt yourself and leading to this indecision where you are still stuck in the limbo of whether I should put in my energy once more into this thing or this person, and maybe this time it will work out, or whether I should finally walk away. There is this sense of there being something beyond right now. Like if I only jump through this last hoop, the grass will be greener on the other side and everything will be birds and rainbows and everything will be fine. So yes, I think this is what this is referring to. Something still holding you back. Now, part of this may be also you being disconnected from your inner sense of direction, because you got the High Priestess in the reversed position, which is basically you maybe, it could also, I would say, speak about you waiting for direction from the outside. I guess maybe you watching tarot readings could also be part of the problem. At least that's something that I can relate to in my life. But it is basically you looking for an answer from the outside, where on the one hand, like the outside will never be able to tell us something that we aren't also at least somewhat thinking on the inside, but also there's this aspect of whatever's, no matter what we get told from the outside, I guess it doesn't really matter, so to say. Like, I don't know how to say it properly, but like, if you're waiting for confirmation or on something that you should, for instance, do something, or no, actually, if it is confirmation about whether you should do something, this can actually have a more positive impact, because at the very least, if then you get a sign that in your mind tells you to go after it, at least you're gonna go after it, and then there's gonna be some kind of development along the way, whether positive or negative. But if it is the other type of seeking reassurance, where, for instance, you don't necessarily have control over a situation, I feel like this is often the case, mostly about relationships. I have seen it around me, but it could also have something to do with dreams you have, or like some kind of project or work. What I'm getting at, that if it is something that feels somehow out of your control and you are just seeking reassurance and reinsurance that, for instance, it will work out, or that it's meant to be, or something like that, that doesn't necessarily bring you anywhere. Because if it tells you, yeah, it's gonna work out, then okay, great, and then tomorrow I'm gonna look for another sign again that it's gonna work out. If it tells you it's not gonna work out, then if it helps you to get over it, that's great. You are a stronger person than I am. I will just look for the other sign that gives me the message that I want to hear. But in either case, there is this inkling inside of you that you already know the answer, or even if you don't, you at least know a direction you can take. And in this case, it would be just more helpful to take whichever direction, and either way, if things are supposed to happen a certain way, they will happen at some point, no matter if you think about them or not. Like, this is what this set of cards is leading me towards as a thought process. So maybe this is something that you can relate to. But yeah, maybe shorter said, with the High Priestess reversed, there is some kind of disconnect. Whether you want to call this thing your intuition, your knowledge, like your rational mind, whatever it is, it's not completely there, it's not completely working. And I would say that you can take the step of shutting out the outside stimuli, for instance, the tarot readings or whatever else those outside stimuli are. And by shutting them out, you would have the time to actually consider what your high priestess on the inside is telling you. And I guess it would also give you the emotional space to pull back from any scenarios or like possibilities that the outside world is giving you. Like it would basically help you get back to that balance where you would just make a choice, make a decision, whether that decision will be I'm gonna try one last time and then move on, or whether that decision is gonna be I'm just gonna move on, this is pointless. Whatever it is, this withdrawal might be helpful for you. Then, regarding the other two cards, I would say with the two, not pages, the two knights, I am not inclined to say actually that those are people necessarily in your life, although you got the dog barking card, which is the card that has the message of advice from a friend. So maybe a friend of yours will help you on that journey of locking that old thing and moving towards the new thing. But if it's not a person, I would say that the knights just basically represent you starting to follow that path with the Knight of Pentacles. He might be very slow, and this might seem slow to you also. You also got the December card on the other side, and keeping in mind that we are in April, December seems really far away. Or if you take it the other way around, meaning as 12 months, it's again like the maximum period the tarot can be speaking about. So this whole ordeal could be feeling really slow to you. But the good thing is that this knight is very meticulous, and when he starts going, like it's one foot in front of the other, and you will sooner or later get there. And with the other Knight of Cups, he is the Knight of creativity and imagination. So the way I am taking him in this situation is definitely about you reigniting some kind of spark within yourself and maybe broadening your horizons. Let's say if this thing that's being signified as holding you back and making you want to try one more time before moving on, this thing might have been keeping your sights small, so to say. And once you move past it, maybe the inspiration and the creativity and the zest for life will come towards you, and you will start to see all of these new possibilities and opportunities unlock in front of you. And this will also bring you to the feeling of the Sun card, which is like pure joy and expansion and warmth, and like that you finally have your day in the sun. I think this is an expression. Maybe I'm wrong. But this is the path that you're gonna have to start from this painful of whether I should try one last time and then move on. Like if you wanna try, definitely I am always for breaking your head yourself in the wall and then deciding that this thing is no longer for you, instead of taking 5 steps forward and then deciding that maybe you should have tried one more time and going back. This is just my philosophy. Don't take it if it seems dumb to you, okay? But whatever exactly you choose to do, it will have something to do with leaving something in the past, and after putting in some significant effort, moving into something so much better. Now, to just go over the tea leaf oracle cards real quick, you got the butterfly card with a change for the better, which is awesome. The wrath with sorrow over a loss, and the December card. Those are the 3 cards on the upper side. I would take them just as that, but like I said in the other piles, if you feel that you can rearrange the messages and they would make more sense to you, then definitely do that, as long as you truly feel that's the case. And it's not that inkling inside of you that's basically telling you, okay, yeah, I hear that, but what if it's a little bit different so it suits my what I want to hear, okay? That's the only point. But yes, what it's giving me is that whatever sorrow you feel about this thing that you will leave in the past or that you have already left in the past, it will be over and there will be a change for the better. This is already a change for the better, even if it is a bit difficult for you. On the lower side, we have the money path with a path with money is waiting for you to find it, which is also reminding me, yes, the Pentacle cards normally speak about material goods, like the material world in general, and also like finances. So maybe this new path either directly has something to do with your finances. Let's say you're leaving a new job and starting to look for a new one or something. Or maybe even if this is not the main goal of this change, this might be a byproduct of it. Then we got the Cup card with you should accept valid criticism, the Yoke with feeling tied down or frustrated, and the dog barking with advice from a friend. Again, the Yoke card for me is signifying your starting point where you are feeling tied down to something that you still cannot let go of. And if there is some kind of person in your life giving you helpful advice, even if it is a little bit harsh, or even if it feels like criticism, or maybe, I can't think of the word, even if it feels like criticism or an attack, try to detach emotionally from it as much as you can and try to take it objectively, like, is it helpful advice? Will it bring me forward? Okay. Yeah, pile 3, I would say that this is everything I am seeing for you. Like I said, if you see anything additional that I might be missing, definitely take that. But apart from that, yeah, just as basic as it sounds, whatever this thing is you need to let go of, this will happen, pile 3. It might be a little bit rocky, it might take a little bit of time, but you will get there and it will be worth it 100%.